this is Sec Greens by Andre, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the chat, in the comments, and everywhere else that you would like. For those people that are on my Instagram and all that sort of thing that are looking for a free reading, this is the place to come. So hopefully they come here. I keep messaging them. Yeah, come to the YouTube channel, come to the Rumble channel, that sort of thing, and you can get your questions answered here on our live show. So hopefully they come here. Just a reminder that all of our Showtimes and all that wonderful stuff is at our website at secreadsbyandre.com. And of course, there's people pretending to be me out there selling their various things. Always refer to our site. That's where we have everything that we have for sale on there. Okay, so let's get started with today's show. I'm working alone today. The wife is at work. So let's get started. I gotta jump into the other part here. One of the questions that was on my YouTube comment section would be the Dogecoin price prediction for 2024. This is something that a lot of people have been very excited about, and they love the Elon Musk thing and all that sort of thing. You have to remember, Dogecoin was just started as a joke. And it just took on a life of its own, that sort of thing. But let's look into it. Let's see what is up for 2024 for Dogecoin by the end of the year. Okay. So throw some cards down here for everybody to look at. Oh. Okay, so it seems that the Dogecoin price is not going to be, it's going to be okay for 2024, as is most other cryptocurrencies moving forward. I think the price is going to be fairly stable. The health of everything, of it actually exploding into this tremendous price, I don't think it's going to be a thing for quite some time. I don't think everybody's excited about Dogecoin. I think they're all getting into the Bitcoin. Moving forward, community's pretty good. They're going to be doing fairly strong price and sticking with it. I do see about $3 to $5 by 2024, and so Christmas time around in there. So not a bad time for Dogecoin for 2024. I have a whole bunch of it. People just used to give me all kinds of Dogecoin. If you like to give me some Dogecoin, just go to secreadsbyandre.com. I think I have a Dogecoin wallet address there. You can send some to me if you like. Okay, or if you like to pay me for my services in cryptocurrencies, we also have that as well. I do pick up $5 to $6 by the end of the year, which is pretty good. I think it's like 60, 70 cents Canadian right now. So not a bad deal if you've been sitting on the Dogecoin for a long, long time like I have. Keep sitting on it, and I think it's going to do very, very well for the 2024, especially getting into 2025. I think we're going to have a huge explosion with most of the cryptocurrencies moving forward. So just keep sitting on it. Don't do knee-jerk reactions and all that sort of thing moving forward. So yeah, keep sitting on it. I'm picking up about $5, $6 for Dogecoin in that period of time. Next question, somebody was asking about McDonald's. McDonald's is actually not doing so well right now. They've been laying off a lot of people, that sort of thing. Me and the wife will go to the McDonald's, and it's not as busy as it used to. In the United States, they're offering vegetarian options, okay, and it's really hurting the bottom line for McDonald's. Let's have a look at McDonald's in the next year or two. We all know that a lot of the companies, especially fast food restaurants and all that sort of thing, the companies are not doing so well because of the political environment and the economical environment that we're existing in right now. It seems to be hurting a lot of restaurants and companies and all that sort of thing. And there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to be closing down very, very soon if they haven't done that already. So let's have a look at McDonald's. Is it going to be surviving? Are they going to survive the financial system alteration? We'll say that for the next little while. It's not uncommon that me and the wife go to the McDonald's. It's about $30 for two people for a meal each, which before it used to be 18, 19, which is what the Americans are crying about right now for the United States price. It's about $18 for a meal in all of itself. I do think they're going to have a really hard time health-wise for the next little while. The company health, I think they're going to have to be making a lot of big changes. And I think that you're going to see a lot more automation within McDonald's and many of the other fast food chains and all that sort of thing. You can already do the automated teller thing at the McDonald's and all that sort of thing. But I think they're going to be moving more and more to the automated system like they have in Japan and all that sort of thing. Probably in 2025, 2026, we're going to see a lot of the restaurants that are still standing. I think about a half of them are going to be gone. Okay, this is a McDonald's in the next year. And the ones that will stay will go more automated, like they do in Japan, where the whole thing is done with robots and all that sort of thing. Moving forward. So it's really tough times for many of the places that we consider huge corporations. Money is going to be very, very tight. And I do think that half of the restaurants are going to be gone around the world. And I think people are going to be looking for alternatives to many of these restaurants, like eating at home. It's cheaper to eat at home, of course, and doing it yourself and making a better burger. It doesn't have the speed and good food, I guess. But yes, I do believe half of McDonald's is going to be cut and moving on from there. Okay, so not too good of a situation for many restaurants and companies that are out there already. And the last question that somebody asked was about beef prices moving up. And this is probably what's affecting many of the restaurants that are out there, that the beef prices are going up. And this is because of stupid legislation from governments and all that sort of thing, the Green Deal. And here in Canada, we get farmers are getting taxed for cows farting. So all kinds of stupidity from our governments. And this is why I always say that we should learn to do things without government involvement. The more they get involved, the more messed up things get. So let's throw some cards down for the beef farmers or cattle farmers that are out there moving forward. If you've noticed, we went to a restaurant called Rumors Comedy Club, and they took off all their burgers, beef burgers off their menu. So they've been having trouble as well. So not good times for beef. So where's the beef? If you remember that old commercial with the three old ladies. A lot of fun back in the day. I do think it's going to be coming back, and I think there's going to be a huge demand for cattle farming and all that sort of thing. And I think this whole Green Deal and all that sort of thing is going to be something that's going to be going away in the next year or so, as we get more different politicians in power, and then they're going to be having to change everything around for everybody moving forward, because it's what the people demand. They stopped the most important lesson of business or government. The customer is always right. Okay, and if they get back to that, I think they're going to be doing just fine. And cattle farming is going to be the taxes and all that sort of thing is going to be cut in about 2025, 2026. All that sort of nonsense that the farmers have been facing is going to be gone in that period of time, and you're going to see those beef prices start to come down. Same with many of the other meat products that are out there. If you go shopping and all that sort of thing, always looking for the deal, me and the wife. But it's getting harder and harder out there. I mean, this was the prediction that people are going to be. Now, here we are. You go to the shopping, the supermarket, and you're being more and more selective on the things that you buy. Okay, so that was the last question for the pre-questions. Now let's get into the chats. Get rid of those. Back to that. And into the questions of the day. We got hello. With a question mark. Hello. Important message that I should know from my spirit team. Something about being out of breath and all that sort of thing. I think we covered that yesterday with you, that they're really emphasizing the health situation that you may be finding yourself into and getting into a new routine for better health moving forward. You may be experiencing shortage of breath and all that sort of thing. This can be turned around by proper diet and all that sort of thing, and what you put into your bodies moving forward. There's some things that people were putting in their bodies which is hurting their breathing problems. All right, that's all I can say about that on YouTube. But I am picking to just pay attention to the health situation of loss of breath. Okay, and that if that hasn't been happening yet, it's going to be happening very, very shortly. So pay attention to that. Okay, let's get into the next thing. We got Richard, who is asking the question. You saw Pepe at 10 cents for the next bull run. Good, but that's more than 8,000 times from today. Are you sure? I don't know if I said $10 or 10 cents. I know it's going to be going up quite considerably in the next little while, as is most other meme coins, when everybody goes into it. But it doesn't last very long. So it's going to be a very short up, down, and done. And it's happened in the past as well. Of course, this bull run is going to be when it does finally start happening, and I think it's going to be happening very, very soon, from anywhere from now to 2026 wintertime. I think we're going to be doing very, very well with most cryptocurrencies. And you have to remember, Bitcoin is the market. I know people don't want to hear that. But when Bitcoin goes up a little bit, everything else goes up a lot, because everything is priced in Bitcoin. Up and then down. Okay, very, very quickly. So yes, I still do see that. Okay. Crystal was asking the question. I want to know, how does Jay feel about me? Do you see him trying to communicate with me this year? No, I don't. I don't see him communicating with you this year, unless you really give him a reason to. You have to remember, this is not prophecy fulfilled. Once you know this, understand this information that I'm giving you, you can change that in whatever way that you feel. If you're just going to sit there and wait for him, I don't think he's going to be communicating with you at all. If you take the steps to actually take the first step to that, then that's a different situation. And if you do take that first step, let's have a look at what will happen. Well, that would be a good question. In the beginning, if you do talk with one another, with you taking the lead, I don't think it's going to be very in the very beginning of the conversation between the two of you, it's going to be very strained, but I do think it's going to be bearing fruit in some way. I don't know if it's going to be the relationship that you're hoping for, but it will be some type of relationship moving forward. And I do think it's going to be leading into other things that may be very beneficial for the both of you. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out. You might have to take that first step. But there we go. YouTube's Melon is doing all kinds of weird and wonderful things. Oh, so is Brandon telling me the truth about his feelings? I am a single, but some men want to talk to me. I am just weighing my options. At this moment in time, I think Brandon is saying what is on his mind. If you follow through with that, let's see what will go on. Will it be a deeper relationship, or will it do something else? I think it's something that may go a little bit sour because he's not fully thinking with this. I think it will become something, but not to what he thinks and what you think that relationship could be. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question. For the moment, he's telling the truth to his understanding of things. Any prediction for myself between this year and next? Well, that's a long period of time. And for that, I would encourage you to come and talk to me for a personal reading. But I'll do the next week for you. Or I can generalize the year. Okay? Health-wise, you're going to be coming to an end of a situation. We got that 10 card, the swords. See, guy lying on the beach, very comfortable. The things that you're going through right now, health-wise, are going to be coming to an end. So any pains, any situations that you may be going through health-wise are going to be ending in a good way. Okay? Financially, not going to get too much detail. Financially, you're going to have a lot of little victories along the way. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. And of course, if you want a deeper reading, we can do a personal reading together. Thank you, Andre. Do you see me living abroad for a short time when I retire? Which country? Well, hopefully you don't want to come to Canada. Too darn cold. Let's throw some cards down for that. Canada's not bad, but it's not a holiday scenario. I think you're going to be doing a little bit of living abroad and all that sort of thing not permanent, maybe like a snowbird, where you go someplace for 6 months, then come back for 6 months, then go back and forth, so you keep your citizenship and all that sort of thing, like many Canadians do, going to the United States, like Arizona, coming back to Canada when the weather is much, much better and you don't have icicles on your nose, and that sort of thing. The country that I'm seeing could be something in the United States. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. From my question yesterday, what month do you see Johnny and Gigi relationship ending? I don't know who these people are. I don't keep track of celebrities, but when will this happen? When will that breakup happen? And I think it's going to be fairly soon. It's going to be in the next 2 to 3 months. Okay? So I think things are already brewing under the scenes or behind the scenes and whatever that they do there. And it's going to be boiling over in some way in the next little while. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. Andre, do you see that astrology can be relevant for Bitcoin? Yeah. Any good practitioner of astrology, which I am not, it's the one thing, or one of the few things that I don't know how to do. I have a little bit of understanding of astrology, but it does hold true for a very good practitioner of astrology, and it takes some training to do that properly. It does have relevance within Bitcoin. How do you see your fellow Canadians dealing with food costs 2024, 2025? Thanks. They're not going to be happy about it, and I think they're going to be getting rid of Mr. Captain Socks there, Justin Trudeau, if you didn't know, and thinking that'll be bringing the cost of everything down. But cost of groceries and all that sort of thing is kind of a worldwide thing at the moment, at least in the Western countries. It's just not Canada. It will change in the near future as we get into the new financial system and we get ourselves back out of this mentality of relying upon government for everything. Okay? We have to stop that. And once we stop that, everything will start to improve slowly. Once the veil of what these people are truly are, like we saw with the great debate with Trump and Biden, which was a big eye-opener for many people around the world, that these people are not good. Okay? And once we get rid of that, and we can get back to business and find some new currency that we can do things in, then everything will start to improve. And I do see that improvement in about 2 to 3 years. Okay? Do you see me helping others in the future, and where can I specialize? Something about trees was the first picture that I got. A tree, maybe planting trees or something along those lines. Nature sort of thing, helping people with nature. That could be a thing. Why I saw the tree. But in the next couple of years, I think you're going to be helping people with natural setting, for whatever that means to you. Could be growing things, could be helping the environment, could be doing all kinds of that sort of thing. The environment stuff that's actually happening, not the things that they're saying on the news. There's going to be a moment in time when you're going to be helping in that process in a big way. It's something that you can start right now. You don't have to wait. Okay? Make sure that you start to apply those things now when you can, because it's going to lead into some greater things down the line. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Hi there, Andre. Could you advise me buying a car 2024, 2025? Prices of vehicles are starting to come down significantly. And it'd be probably 2025, 2026 when you're going to be buying a brand new car, because they're going to be giving them away, especially in the United States. Not so much in Canada. There's a little bit of that in Canada and abroad because they got all these vehicles sitting the back lot, which they're not selling, and they want to move the inventory. So they're going to basically give them away. So in that period of time. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Future forecasters, first week of July, BTC going down, and then in July, going up or down. I'm not sure what that means. 3 cards, please. I do think it's gonna. It's kind of. It's there. Might go down a tiny bit, but not to the point that everybody's alarm, the alarm is out there. And it's not something I really worry about. When it does go down, you buy more. All right? That's the rule of thumb. I think they're fairly on track. It is going to be going down a tiny bit. And when I say a tiny bit, it could be like 62 to 59,000 per coin. Not a bad deal, especially if there's a thing that came out. Everybody that's still in the market, 80% of the people that have bought Bitcoin at the moment are in profit. Think of that. All the people that are left holding Bitcoin at this very instance, 80% of them are in profit. Even though the Bitcoin price is going all over the place, we're still in profit. I'm in profit as well. This is why I don't think about it much. And there's about 1 million wallets with at least one Bitcoin. Okay. But yeah, I think they're on the right track. It is going to be going down up slightly. Then it's going to be jumping up probably early July. So it's going to be a flash crash type of thing. Probably BlackRock trying to shake everybody out all the weekends and all that sort of thing. And then it'll start to go back up. Okay. Will Bitcoin ever lose its top spot? No. Bitcoin is here to stay. The establishment has said, this is it. Once BlackRock and all the other companies that have piled it. Okay? So the banks and all that aren't buying Peppy coin. They're not buying. They might be buying a little bit of Doge, but they're not buying all these other, what we used to call shit coins. They're all going for the Bitcoin, and now they're going to be going into the Ethereum, which is number 2. And I think they're getting more and more to Litecoin. There's a lot more indicators that banks and all that are buying Litecoin as well. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question. Will I be a millionaire? Well, if you got 1 Bitcoin, sure. I don't see millionaire status for you at any time soon. Doesn't mean that it's prophecy fulfilled. Okay, you can change the outcome of your life by your own actions, but as we stand right now and with all the things that you are doing right now, no. But if you change, there will be a situation that could change in a big way. So if you're getting all the good cryptocurrencies and all that sort of thing, and you're stashing them away and sitting on them, yes. But if you're not doing all that stuff, what I'm feeling right now is you have to work into that. And is it on your dream board? Millionaire. Right? That's the way to do it. I'm close to being a millionaire myself because I wrote it down and I'm doing all the things. When you do something like a dream board or a top 10 list of things that you want to accomplish, put a date on it. Okay? Doesn't mean anything until you put a date on it. Like I have on my board 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel by December. Now, you have to do the work to get to that, and then the universe will give you all the tools and information and all that sort of thing. I am being bombarded by information on how to achieve that. Okay? So if your goal is to become a millionaire, by when? Okay? This is the lesson for today. When do you want to be a millionaire? I want to be a millionaire in 2 years. Okay. How you going to do that? You write it on the board, millionaires, on your dream board, have pictures and all that sort of thing of what you want to envision. And then you're going to have to pay attention to universe that can be giving you information or opportunities to get into to become a millionaire. Okay, that's how it works. So put it on a board, put a date on it. I want it by this date. And then think of ways of achieving that. That's how it works. That's the law of attraction, law of action. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Andre. Do you see me retiring and living in Cape Town area, or perhaps don't know where that place is? Thanks for all your YouTube videos. You're welcome. It's one thing that I enjoy. I love doing these shows. Didn't at first, but now I do. Again, you have it written on your board by a date and how it's going to happen. At the moment, I don't see this actually transpiring until you take the action, right? If you're just kind of flighty with it, that's the other thing. When you're writing it on your board, be exact with your language and know exactly what you want. Okay, that might change. Okay, but that's the key, is being exact. I want this at this time. May not happen exactly how you think it will. But that's how the process works. So if you're kind of up in the, you could do both. Do Cape Town the other part of the year and the other place at the Mauritius. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Put on the board. I want to go to both places, part of the year, blah, 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 blah. And then you're going to get information on how to do that. I should make a ebook or something on the law of attraction and all that sort of thing. Hopefully that answers your question. How long will meat be unfavorable or very expensive in UK? I don't think it's unfavorable. It's just more expensive than usual and that's because of politicians and their stupidity. That's going to be lasting for another year and a half. Okay, and then everything is going to kind of settle down because the people in UK and all around the world are making those changes. We see changes in Europe in a big way, swinging hard to the right. Okay, or whatever's better for you as a population. And so that's going to be in about a year and a half. Okay. Peace. Well, that's another way of making pretty good money. A lot of people are doing mining stocks. I prefer getting the actual thing, but mining stocks are pretty darn good too. Lots of good health. That's the health section of the company. Not bad with the money wise. And I think people are going to be overlooking this one for whatever reason because they got the shiny object syndrome and looking everywhere else and not staying firm in their beliefs. I think that it's going to do rather well. Okay, so hopefully you get into something good for yourself and it's going to pay out really big. Okay. Charles. Business is very temperamental at the hardware shop. Will we survive bigger and better things? I think it's time to relook at how you're doing things, and you're going to see a solutions for the situation that your hardware store is in, and make it bigger. You have to look at what customers actually need and supply those particular needs for the customer. Things are going to be a little bit tight. I think the store is going to be surviving, but you have to be more customer centric than you have in the past. Maybe doing some social media posts and all that sort of thing. Get people into the store, have some deals, getting people in the store and that sort of thing. If you're not doing those things, then I don't see anything good happening. But it's just a change of your business thinking at your hardware store, and I think you can turn that around in the next year. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Hey, Andre. Hey. BTC8 higher than 66,000 USD this week? No. It's 61,500. Yeah. Not this week. It's going to be very, very soon, though. Closer to the, let's say April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Somewhere in October, I think we're going to be going pretty high. Always normally after 6 to 8 months after the happening, and then goes up like a bottle rocket. That's just history. Okay, we got Anne saying hello, and she asked, just found out I'm pregnant. Mai says he isn't ready. Will I be doing it alone? Well, you're never alone. It just might not be this other individual, right? He's not ready for that responsibility. It just means he's going to have to work, or he or they need to work a lot more, or perception of having to work more, and that is his concern. You're going to be having to turn that around in a certain situation to get him to think differently, that it's not going to be as bad as he's perceiving it to be. And of course, it's a shock to the system. Okay? Try to work with him as best as you can, and I think he's going to have a part to play with all the whole situation that you being put into. Okay? So you're not going to be alone. Okay, you got friends, family, and all that sort of thing, and that could be part of the conversation that you have with them, is that there's going to be more and more people that will help the situation. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. My daughter is 14. Any advice to be the best father for her? Oh boy, teenagers are fun. For the next little while, it's going to be very difficult for you to find common ground. And for the next week or so, you're going to be finding yourself at odds with each other, as most teenagers are like that. But there's going to be somebody that is going to put everything together. That's going to be coming up in the next little while, kind of teaching you hints and tips on how to be a better father for a teenager. There's probably some books and all that type of information out there for that. Moving forward, teenagers are difficult, and doesn't matter if it's a daughter or son. And of course, allowing them to find out what works, what doesn't work. Okay, always be close to them, allow them to do certain things. It's like my generation, Generation X. We were nobody oversaw us when we were outside doing stuff, so we had to learn things the hard way. And I think that kind of don't be too protective, but still be protective. You have to allow them to learn all their lessons themselves. Okay? Thank you for that. And I hope that helps you. And read lots of books. How will Matic do in 2024? It's going to do okay. I think it's going to be very bumpy for the next little while as we're going through a transition in the cryptocurrency market. But once the cryptocurrency market starts up, Matic is going to do fairly well in 2024, 2025, as is most other cryptocurrencies at that moment in time. I don't think it's going to be too bad for the next while. Okay. But I think it's going to have a bit of a choppy situation for itself as it reestablishes itself within the Ethereum family of coins. Okay. And I do see growth around fall time for it. Okay. So hopefully that helps you out. I'm planning to publish a children's book. How would this go for me? And now that you can do that for free with ChatGPT and all that, AI, I think it's going to do rather well. It's just the venue that's going to be a little bit different than what you had anticipated. There's other ways of getting the book out there and see what the public likes. You can probably have a PDF of it and put it onto Amazon or something like that, and I think it would be doing rather well there. Okay. Now that everybody and their dog is putting out a book because of AI, because it's easy, just make sure you look into that as well. But you can do it on Amazon and that sort of thing and do okay with that. I have lost my mojo. Where'd you lose it? It's like, what's that movie? It's that Canadian actor. Can't remember his name. I lost my mojo. Where can I find it again? It's about action. Okay. Sometimes people will feel that they've lost a whole bunch of things and they're not looking at the obvious thing of action. They sit on their laurels of the past. And of course, if you're sitting on your laurels, you're sitting on it's on the wrong part of your body. So this is time to reestablish your keenness, and that takes action. Okay? Getting back in the groove, doing the thing, doing all the things that are necessary to get your mojo back, which is in your power. Okay? But this is the time to stop looking at the past and then move on to the future. Okay? Don't sit on your laurels. So hopefully that helps you out. Action. Do you see it is time to leave my trading mentor and fly by myself? Not yet. There's some other lessons that they're going to be teaching you in a big way in the next little while. They will give you a indicator when you are ready. Okay? And I don't think it's going to be very, very long. But stick around, learn all the things that they have to teach, and then you're going to be moving on. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. And I think that's it for our questions for today. Thank you for joining us for today's show. Always a privilege to do readings for everybody. We'll be back here on Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Central. And of course, if you're a Canadian, have a good Canada Day tomorrow on our Monday. Get the fireworks and all that sort of thing. We're going to a place called South Beach Casino, have some fun there. All that wonderful stuff for Canada Day. So happy Canada Day. Have a good time. If you like a personal reading with me, getting to what I normally do, go to secondreadingsbyauthor.com where all that information is there. If you would like to get a Reiki healing by a Reiki master, that information is on our website as well. That's done by my wife. Also, if you'd like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, we have the Treasure Cold Storage Wallet for sale on our website. If you should happen to purchase anything from our website, we make a little bit of profit from that purchase. Okay, with that said, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future.